Good morning, internet people, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. I am starting from the very beginning today because I thought I would do a little bit of a day in the life, or I don't know, come along with me for my day type video. So I'm starting from the very beginning. My husband said that he would work from downstairs today so I can have the loft for sewing. So I think today is going to be a sewing day. And then later on, I'm actually gonna leave the house and we're going over to my husband's cousin's house because his parents are in town. And so maybe I'll show you a little bit of that. But first things first, I have my breakfast here. I have this very glamorous looking smoothie, the same smoothie I eat every single day. It's, I'm not even, I weigh it all out, but I'm not gonna like tell you the grams, but it's frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, frozen spinach, Greek yogurt, and flax meal. Sometimes I do chia, or I either do chia or flax, but anyways, this is flax, and I put it in these Ziploc containers because I don't have any other vessel that's large enough for it. Anyways, very glamorous. And then I have my tea. So I think I'm going to sit down, eat my breakfast, or drink my breakfast, and catch up on some Vlogmases. Oh my gosh, there are so many sewing related Vlogmases this year. It's so exciting. If you want to find other sewing related Vlogmases, check out the hashtag sewvlogmas, SEW Vlogmas, to find everybody who's participating this year. And there's so many, and it's very exciting. So I'm gonna sit down and try to catch up on some Vlogmases. I don't know how I'm ever gonna keep up with everybody this year because there's so many good ones. But anyways, I'm gonna try to catch up on some Vlogmas. Oh, but actually first, before I sit down, let's open the advent calendar, day 4. I actually filmed opening day 3 and I totally forgot to put it in the video yesterday. So I'm sorry about that. Let me show you what it was. Day 3 was this little patch and it's a little sewing box. Yeah, it's a sewing box or a sewing drawer. I think it's a box. Or a drawer. I don't know. What do you think? What does it look like? I guess it's like a box because this is like the lid and it like looks like it closes. Anyway, so this cute little patch was day 3. Okay, so let's open day 4. Let's have breakfast. Let's watch Vlogmas. Then I'm gonna get ready. Then I'll probably see you up in the loft and I'll tell you what we're gonna be working on today and we'll have some sewing time. Okay, welcome up to the sewing loft. You haven't been here since Vlogtober, so welcome to the Vlogmas version of the sewing loft. There's not really anything different about it, but it's Vlogmas now. So anyways, today we're gonna get started working on the True Bias Marlo Sweater. Let me put in a picture here so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to be making view B, which is the longer version, and I have it all cut out here. So I cut it out of this rust colored cable stretch knit. This is from Minerva.com. I have to say, cutting this out was not very fun. For some reason, you think that with all these lines in the knit, maybe finding the grain line would be easier, but I definitely had trouble with it being like a little off skew, and anyways, it just took a little bit more time and attention, but I got it all cut out, which literally is the best part of sewing at this point, is finishing the cutting. Anyways, so we're gonna be making it out of this. This is from my fall fabric haul that I did a while ago, and we're just now getting around to it. So we're making this Marlo sweater. It's kind of a long grandpa style oversized sweater. I'm looking at the size chart here. I decided to make a size 16. My bust is measuring 42 and the 16 is for a 42.5. So I went with the 16. Even though my gut feeling is that I should size down just because of how oversized it looks. Looking at the finished garment measurements, the chest on the 16 is a 50.5. So that is like 8 inches of ease. So it's gonna be quite oversized. I did toy with the idea of sizing down. I also toyed with the idea of shortening it somewhere in between the short and the long version, but I figured, you know what? I kind of like the first time I make a pattern to be just like as is, see how it is, whether that's for a muslin or for like a knit garment where I don't really do muslins as much. So I decided to just go with the size that it says, go with the length that it is, and see how it goes from there. So let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is actually take this piece here, this just offcut, and I'm going to test out my serger stitches and make sure that it's not going to come out wavy, because the last project that I did was the Sew House 7 toaster sweater in that white textured knit. That was from Minerva too, and that was also really hard to cut out. It was very similar to this one. You think all the diamonds would make it easy to line everything up, but for some reason I think the knits just get really off skew, and it was tricky. But anyways, when I made that one, the serger seams came out kind of wavy. And so I just wanna make sure my differential feed is just like perfect so that the seams don't look wavy, especially since this pattern has kind of a dropped shoulder. And I don't really like when the shoulder seam is here and then it just looks kind of wonky and wavy. So I wanna try my best to make sure that the seams lay as straight as they, or as flat as they possibly can. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up and do a test swatch on my serger, and then I can finally get started. I should actually look at the first instruction and see what it says. I haven't even looked at the instructions yet, so I should probably read through them as well. Okay, so here's my test sample. I ended up cranking up my differential feed to 2. This is kind of a thicker fabric, you can see, and the stretch is probably around, I don't know, maybe like 25%. So I'm not really sure why 2 looks the best, but it was the least wavy option. You'd think that like closer to 1 would be better since it's kind of more of a stable knit. It's not super stretchy, but anyways, this was the flattest one, so hopefully that works out. I also ended up changing the left thread, the left needle thread color to this color here, so that it matched a little bit better, just because it was kind of, the white was really showing through on the right side, especially when you pull it apart, which you shouldn't be pulling it apart, but I just wanted it to match a little bit better. So I did that, and now I think we're ready to sew. Okay, I just finished these shoulder seams, and you know what, one thing I should have done was I should have matched the pattern across the shoulder seams. I think that would have looked really nice, but I didn't even think about it, and this one is like ever so slightly off. I don't know if it's even possible with this pattern, but it would be nice if they were matching. Anyways, let's move on. So I've been using my clapper to make sure all the seams lay the correct direction and that they lay nice and flat. And I have to say, it's definitely doing its job today. Well, look at what we have here. We have a sweater, almost a sweater. Something that definitely resembles a sweater. I love it. It looks really good. All I have left to do is the neckband, the wristband, the waistband, and the buttons. So we're about halfway there, and we definitely have something that looks pretty sweatery. I definitely wish it matched up here, but can't do anything about that now. So actually, no, don't do that. I was gonna say I actually have like a pretty decent length of fabric left. Like I could recut the back. No, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. We're not recutting the back, because then you have to redo the sleeves and you basically have to start over. We're not gonna start over. Wow, okay. That was really questionable. So anyways, yeah, wow, I love it. I really love it so far. So I think I need to cut out some interfacing for one of the bands. I think the neckband or maybe the waistband. I forgot. I have to cut out some, yeah, neckband. I have to cut out some neckband facing, so I have to do that downstairs. I also don't know what buttons I'm gonna use. I'm gonna look through my stash and see if I have anything that will work for this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to order something. Actually, let's go through my button stash now and see if we can find anything. Here is my button stash. I just pulled the drawer out of my honeydew cart to show you. And we are looking for 4 1 1/8 inch buttons and something that will match this fabric. This is one of my test swatches, but I just pulled this out because maybe I could take a look at it and see what goes. So let's see here. Look, these are some vintage cover your own buttons, but I don't think we're gonna do that. Let's see, these brown ones, these are about 1 1/8, but maybe they're a little dark. Okay, here are all the button options from my stash that would work, about 1 1/8. I don't know if I love any of them. I thought I'd lay them out and give you a look at them. If I get any closer, the lighting washes out because it's winter and see, yeah. But we have a dark brown one, kind of a brownish beigey one. This is like a classic off-white button. This like fancy filigree one, and this cream colored one here. I think that the dark brown one is a little too dark. I think the beige one doesn't really match the color. I feel like the white and the cream are like too contrasting, they're too bright, and the filigree one is like too fancy for this casual sweater. So I'm not really liking any of the options. If I like had to choose one of these, I might go with the either off-white or this shiny cream colored one. Maybe this one. If I had to choose one, I'd choose this one. Maybe that one would be okay, but I kind of want to go online and see if I can find anything better. I'm thinking like a nice brown tortoiseshell, maybe wood kind of button would be best, but let me know what you think. Do you think any of these buttons are the right choice? I mean, obviously my preference would be to use something I already have, since I have all these buttons and I don't really want to go buy more. But yeah, I don't really want to sacrifice the style, of course. So let me know if you think any of these buttons would work, or if I should scrap the whole thing and buy new buttons. Okay, it's about 3:40 now, and we have to leave in about an hour to go to the cousin's house. So I'm going to stop the sewing for today. I need to get the cat ready because his presence has been requested. So I need to get all of his stuff together, and then I think I'm gonna change, and I might try to cut out that inner facing for the neckband, and then we'll get going. Ace is loving going up and down all the stairs in this house because we don't really have any stairs he can go up and down, and so he's just running up and down them. It's like a split level, so there's like 5 or 6 little sets of stairs, and he's having so much fun. He's gonna sleep so well tonight.